Hello and welcome to Kerbal. Time for more plane reviews. Today we're starting with an A-22 by AndMakesPlanes, and this was told me that this was designed to be an air superiority fighter to combat the GI-14 and GI-22 designs of mine. The GI-14, of course, not really being a it's not really a air combat thing. It's not really a staging switches the Panther, gear and light and RCS, and those do kind of what you'd expect. Let's see. Oh yeah, it does have air brakes. Okay, 1 fires missile, 2 is the doors, 3 is this is gonna confuse the hell out of me if I try to use it. Yes. Okay, various things on there. It's got the action group set up, but he didn't put in the description, and so I was like, I have to go figure that out. Anyhow, that's just me complaining. This is... what is this? Liquid fuel fuselage glitch back there. Probably to balance weight and or add more fuel. So we've got... what is this? Like 4 MRAMs and 4 sidewinders. Yep. Kind of don't like that you had these open to start with, because they're clipping the wheels quite badly. Oh, there's 3 of them. Okay, so we're going to launch it like this. That looks really funky with that up there like that. Alright, and come on game, don't freeze on me. Okay, that was weird. Yes, let's give it a... does it have an AI on it? I didn't see one, and if it had an AI, I would use that to have it try to fight me. I don't see one. Basically, since he said it was designed to fight the GI-22, I decided I would try to actually give it a fight, because I figured that would be interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and open the bays. And what is it? 4 for next weapon. And that was not the fire button. That was flares. And chaff. Okay. Very nice. Yes. Oops, that was, I meant to pull up, but instead I pushed down, and oh wow, super maneuverable. Oh, it's using these. That's unfortunate that... see, the way KSP does the controls for these kinds of surfaces, you can see they're like clipping through each other. And that's because KSP, depending on where the part is placed, it will move slightly differently. And so that slight differences causes wings that are like control surfaces that are partially placed on each other to clip through each other in weird ways. And that's not your fault. I used to do the same thing before I realized that KSP was doing that. And it's unfortunate. Yeah, this thing is very heavy. The only problem with this, the reason I honestly don't think this could compete very well, is because it is a very, very heavy plane. It is very large. It takes a long time for it to, maneuver. Any maneuver I do, if I did that maneuver in the GI-22, I'd be turned around and not crashing and be everything fine. But with this plane, you know, I just took out the radome thing, or whatever it was. It looked kind of like a radome, but considering this is a research and development center, I don't think it is a radome. Alright, well, in any case, let's launch this again, and we'll just put one out to the side for a moment. And brakes on. There we go. SAS off for now. Alright, here's the GI-22 BD. I'm not going to dispose of any ordnance or fuel tanks that slow it down and make it not fly as well, because I am going to make this fair. Okay, let's go ahead and activate that. Turn off standby mode. Let's not be able to scroll out any further for some reason. That was weird. Alright, let's get in here. Turn on the guard menu. We're gonna actually turn up the firing interval. And we're going to turn up missiles per target. Well, actually, no, we're going to leave that low. And I'm going to go ahead and turn that up. And the reason why I'm doing these things is to make it easier, because I honestly don't think the A-22 can compete. So, here we go. This is as easy as we can make it. And going back to on the ground, let's go ahead and throttle up, turn off the brakes, engage the SAS. Should be able to get in the air pretty quick and easy. I know it does. Alright, there we go. Gear up. Then as soon as those are up, we're going to open up the bay. We're going to leave guard mode off. We're going to get our radar warning receiver. Oh, it has ECM jammers. Alright, does it have... Can it keep those on? Or does it need to turn them off after a while? Oh, one turns on just fine. Two... Starts drawing power slowly. Nope, it's going to draw power quite a bit. Alright, so we're going to just leave one ECM jammer on. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the radome. Get a bore sight on. And where is... It's up there, 6.7 kilometers away. Again, I'm also going to leave that on, so it's easier. And I'm going to go ahead and switch us to Team B. Let's go ahead and recycle this. Alright. So, we should have a pretty good chance of taking it out. Oh, that was the wrong place to fire. Okay. Alright. 2 AMRAAMs away. Go ahead and switch to AIM-9s. Ah! Nice! Oh, he took it out. And I am pulling the wrong direction by accident. Alright, well, I didn't believe. And I was proven wrong. At least in that scenario. Of course, I did give myself all the advantages that I could. So, let's try that again with this plane being the AI. See, the one who attacks first always has the advantage. Which is why I think that was... Oh no, not this. Ah, the landing gear bug is really annoying. Oh well. So I'm going to have the same disadvantages. This time I'm going to be flying the GI-22. I may turn off the steering since it's broken. And I need to actually relaunch this A-22 because it doesn't have a flight computer on board. See, really my biggest concerns with the design of this fighter is that because it's so large, it takes a long time to get up to speed and it doesn't hold that speed well. And speed is very important. And, well, other than that, it seems pretty good, so maybe if you just fly it carefully, it'll be alright. In fact, I mean, I already just, you know, showed myself wrong immediately by getting blown up by one, but like I said, let's go ahead and give it an AI. I figure default altitude should probably be a bit higher. Let's keep the minimum up a bit because it might not handle things too well. I'm going to turn down the steer factor a bit because this thing loses speed too quickly, and so it's better for it to have speed, so we're going to turn that down. And same thing with the limiter, turn it down a bit. We're going to turn up the dampening a bit. Max speed, we'll let it go faster. I think the takeoff speed and mid-combat speed are good. We'll have it start out with a higher speed that it wants to be at. So hopefully that'll make things a little easier. And I'm just going to save this as AI, just save the AI version. Because, you know, actually, let's leave those open for the AI version, because the AI version doesn't know to close those or open those. And actually, real quick, before we start the other, before we start the AI versus me combat, let's go ahead and just turn this on real fast with, set it to not that low a firing interval, but 6. Let's go for 6. Visual range high, gun range high. Well, not that high, but a little bit higher. And field of view there. And let's switch back to the BD Armory, the GI rather. And we'll set you, well, first of all, let's go ahead and activate the AI flight computer as well. Where is it? There you go. Activate, standby off. I just accidentally ditched fuel. Oh well. And let's go ahead and get guard mode on. Team B. And we're going to see how well the other one does against... Oops. Oh, he's already firing. Heat seekers. Before the GI could even really get off the ground. And the GI dodged it quite effectively. Oh, and you're going to try and gun him down at this range. And you know, I just realized I was confusing the GI with another plane, actually the GI-22, with my minimal F-22 design. Wow, that was a bit close. Alright, and now we're in a knife fight, or rather a close low airspeed fight, and we've taken hits, taken damage. See, this is what I was talking about with this thing not being able to gain speed very quickly, and so right now, if it had speed, it would have been able to dodge those bullets, but because it doesn't really have the speed, it's a sitting duck to all this gunfire. As you can see, we're just taking hits left and right, and we've already lost a pretty good portion of one wing. Meanwhile, we're also being radar locked. Well, yeah, pretty much radar locked, and we're not really able to do much while the GI-22 is just kind of flying circles, well, not flying circles around us, but flying crazy little loop-de-loops, firing at us. By now we almost came back at it, but as you can see, it regains the upper hand immediately. It didn't even really lose it, and firing on us again, unfortunately missing, but you can see we're already in a really bad spot. And there's no easy getting out of this one, except perhaps diving down, which obviously we have the AI set to not really allow him to die down too low. So I'm just gonna see, if I set the minimum altitude too low, he'll crash into the ground. And it looks like he's just diving to try to stay low and not be damaged, and now we're practically stopped. Meanwhile, this is great. Yeah, and we've lost. We're dead now. We're dead now. There's no, like, he can keep it together, I'm sure, but the GI-22 is just gonna finish us off. Look at that. That is so cool. I'm sorry. I'm just loving watching it from this perspective. Watching the GI-22 do its super maneuverability thing, sticking around, just shooting us up. I want to fight the GI-22 against the M22 now. You know, the minimal replica I made. And we're actually about to crash. No, wait. Nope. Alright, it's maintaining flight. He thought he was going to crash too. He put the gear down just in case. But, yeah, you're fucked. You're fucked. You need to... I tried. Fortunately, we didn't seem to take much damage from that. Alright. So I'm just going to keep an eye on him. He's probably going to radar again. Nope, he's getting too close. He's probably going to go for guns, or... Oh, we're going for guns. Alright, we're making a comeback. Missing a wing, but making a comeback nonetheless. Not that I think it'll do much good. And we've just been clipped. Was that a gun? I think that was a gun, but I'm not sure. So yeah. Alright, one final test with these two. I'm going to go ahead and activate the pilot on this one. Set up guard mode. Set him to be a bit aggressive. Visual range and everything to the max. Guns range, I'm going to keep it low because he wasn't doing so well with that. Go ahead and turn that up. Alright, and now we'll switch to... Here we go. And this is going to be me, so no guard mode. Going to go ahead and switch to Team 2 right away. Going to deactivate my brakes, enable SAS. We're probably going to want radar locks to start. We're going to want the radar warning receiver immediately, because chances are he'll come after me pretty quickly. Radar data receiver. Do we have 2 radomes? We have 2 radomes on board? What is this? Oh, you know what it is? I think it's, we have a data link. No, it's not. Honestly, I don't know why we have 2 radomes. Alright, well, in any case, I'm going to switch this to bore sight. We're probably going to get targeted pretty soon. And I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I mean, I know where he is, and I can see the contrails, so I even more know where he is, but... Alright, now this is my own controls, so I know how to fly it. Let's go ahead and, I kind of want to keep the speed up, so I'm going to keep the speed up for now. Okay, he's fired radar locking. That's flares. And unfortunately, first hit. Damn. I should have been more spammy with the flares. That's going down. But we survived it. Why did the landing gear... I guess I accidentally hit the landing gear. Wow. Anyhow, this is a plane reviews video, not a... Well, that's interesting, using air brakes like that. That's really cool. That's a cool idea. This is a plane reviews video, not a combat video. And this is an F-86, a stock F-86. Lots of SAS units. Are they all enabled? They are, huh? Yeah, okay, so you're slightly cheaty with the SAS. I feel like this is going to perform way better than an F-86 has any right to, especially because it looks like, is that a Panther? And yeah, it's a Panther and a Weasley. And you have the gimbal on, just completely on. This is like way overpowered compared to what an F-86 actually would be. But again, this is by AndMakesPlanes. Other than the parts of it that aren't like realistic for an F-86, that I'm like, I don't like that, or whatever. This, I do like. It does look nice. I think, you know, it's slightly clippy in some spots in a way that I don't like, but whatever. The only real complaints I have as far as clippiness goes is gonna have to be with the fact that the Panther engine has full gimbal range, and with it being in there like that, it's, look at that. That's not cool. But otherwise, very nice. Also, I just noticed this has afterburner going. Oh, you have an afterburner switch on that. Did the F-86 have an afterburner? I don't know. I don't remember. I just know that, like, the version I made, I tried to make it weaker, although maybe that's not the best thing to do, but I made it weaker because it was, whatchamacallit, an older plane, and I kind of wanted to try to be more biased towards more modern planes, I guess I could say, in that, in those minimal replicas I've been working on. So my F-86 just has a Weasley. But yeah. Pretty fun to fly, pretty fast. Not the most maneuverable, but still pretty good. I definitely see you doing some fights on this. It'd be pretty cool. But speaking of, there's actually another version of this that he sent in that is modded with weaponry, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's modded with weaponry. So did I just... I mean, I regained control pretty easily, but that was pretty awesome, actually, that you could do that. Of course, the massive gimbal is probably why I was able to... Well, massive gimbal plus massive SAS is probably why I'm able to regain control that easily. But yeah. Alright, and here we are with the modded version, which, as I suspected, just has the guns that the F-86 would have. Not visible, unfortunately. I kind of wish they were actually... Oh! Oh, I see what you're doing there. Oh, that's a really cool way of doing that, like hiding them under an air brake. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work, because they're still completely hidden, and they're completely would be blocked by the SAS if it weren't for, you know, the collider meshes being a bit different from the actual visual meshes. But, that is a very cool way of doing that, of hiding them like that. Also, you accidentally left the monoprop in, unless you meant to for weighting purposes, but I don't understand why people will leave fuel in that shouldn't be there for weighting purposes. Your center of lift is actually forward to the center of the mass. I don't know if it was like that on the old one as well, and I just didn't notice, or what, but that's pretty interesting. Alright, do you have a fire button set up? Looks like you don't, so I'll just use the BD interface. I accidentally saved it. Fortunately, I haven't had any, whatchamacallit? I hadn't made any changes, and the download link is already set up on, what's it called, KerbalX, so there's no need to worry about that either. And, okay, we got the guns, trigger armed, and from the cockpit, yes, basically what you'd expect. And, I think my frame rate doesn't like when I fire these guns. That looks so cool, though. The muzzle flash firing all of those. Oh, I did just completely, run out of, I mean, not run out of, but overheat it. But yeah. Guns, bullets. Very nice to fly. Oops, and whoops. Hey, look at that, we survived. Next up, we have something very, very similar, and what would actually be combating that, a MiG-15. And yeah, I like how you've done this. You know, it's the same. MiG-15 and an F-86 are very, very similar, so this makes sense that it would be like this. It's very similar, and I think you've done a good job with that. I'm just gonna skip over flying this one to go straight to the version that has guns on it. Oh, that's interesting that you would put the 20 millimeter, only 2 of them on here. Oh, do you have a Browning hidden inside? Oh, no, you don't. Huh. Okay. I'm surprised the guns aren't as accurate on this, but okay. And this one has AI. Did the other one have AI? I didn't notice. But yes, we have a MiG-15 modded. And is it just default settings, or did you set it up? No, just default settings. But let's go ahead and launch this. And I'm actually, wow. That SAS overpoweredness. Jesus Christ. Wow. I mean, at least it doesn't have electric charge regen other than the engines, so it doesn't, you know, just stay overpowered. But Jesus, that turn. Oop, just clipped the bottom there. Did I damage it? 25% damage. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Good thing we aren't using that. Alright, so I'm going to actually pull out an F-86 that's modded as well. I'm also going to remember to actually take the GI-22 away. Alright, now this one, as far as I can tell, doesn't have AI on board. Oh, come on, camera. That's a weapon manager. Yeah, this one doesn't have AI, so I'm going to fly the F-86 and the MiG. Oh, are these activated on brakes? That's cool. That's interesting. Alright, this is going to have its visual range cranked up, guns range cranked up a bit. Yeah, and go ahead and turn on guard mode. And I believe that's everything I want to do with it. The engine's already activated, so it should be able to just start flying immediately. Alright. And on mine, I'm not going to use guard mode, obviously. I'm not going to use any of those modules, actually, because we're just doing guns fights, so there's no point in doing any of that. And let's go ahead and throttle up. That on, brakes off. I thought I accidentally hit gear for a moment there. And wow, the other one's already way off up there. Alright, so I imagine this is going to be quite dangerous for us, but, well, that's what it's for. That's what I meant to be doing. Oh dear, he's already shooting at me. Right. Wow. Alright. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, wow, he's shooting at me already. Ah, yes! We got a good hit on him. I didn't see if we did any damage. Unfortunately, it looks like we didn't really, but... Oh, God. The controls are a bit touchy. Yes! Something blew up. And... hold on. Oh, he's... wait, that's my own contrail. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Let's make sure. Let's just make sure. Yeah, because he's still flying. Not as well, mind you, but he's still flying. Actually, it looks like we're dying. Oh God, we're dying. Oh dear. Oh my God. Be careful. Alright. Oh, we can't turn and look back very well in this. Oh, there you go. He died. We nearly died too, though. Alright, so overall, mission success. Now let's see how well we can land it, because I don't know how well I can land it. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in space. Whoops. Hey, they survived. We didn't.